What up, everybody? It's your boy Ish603 back again with another video. Today I am excited to talk about the patch 2 notes for No Rest for the Wicked early access. They're fixing a ton of stuff. It sounds like they've been listening to everybody, so really excited to get into it. But before that, I do ask, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like this video, spread the word. I appreciate you. But with that, we'll get right into it. Patch 2 has come out as of yesterday, Wednesday, May 22nd. And here's what it reads. Patch Notes Early Access Patch 2. We are incredibly excited to be releasing our biggest patch yet, marking the 1-month anniversary of our launch. Patch 2 is chock full of highly requested features such as weapon tray, tryout, the ability to respec, DLSS and FSR upscaling, and controller remapping. Lots of balancing and quality of life improvements, audio, animation, and visual effects polish, as well as a multitude of bug fixes are also included. Between DLSS and FSR, numerous CPU, GPU performance improvements, and memory optimization, we are confident that your experience playing No Rest for the Wicked will be significantly smoother across a wide range of hardware. For NVIDIA users, you're excited to mention that there's a new game-ready driver for No Rest of the Wicked. Be sure to check out our Patch 2 highlight video and the full patch notes below. With that, we'll take a look at the rest of each one. We'll start with performance here. So under performance, some of the things they've changed. Performance mode now lowers texture resolution, reduces crashes on lower end machines. Numerous significant CPU optimizations, fix performance degradations that might occur on some gamepads, fix numerous memory leaks, reduced installation spikes for numerous objects, disabled the detailed meshes on generic humanoid faces when not needed, reduced latency overhead and improved stability of GPU culling, optimized texture resolution and memory budgets for Steam Deck, optimized art content in Ship Prologue and its cinematics, removed unused weapon assets to free up memory, removed leftover developer tools to free up memory, optimized CPU spikes of a variety of common content loading operations, added texture streaming for character portraits during dialogue interactions to save memory, fix some persistent log spam being generated by potatoes in Nameless Pass, cleaned up numerous NPC prefabs, reducing memory footprint and instantiation costs. I don't know if I said that word right. Optimized ambient occlusion rendering, extended GPU culling usage for more cases, and configured and optimized pooling for more prefab installation, reducing CPU spikes. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I am a tech whiz, right? I'm not going to be able to explain most of this stuff. But what I do see here is less crashes, better use of your memory while the game's operating. I can't tell you how many times I've crashed in this specific part of the game. But pretty much in every aspect, there's no real like pattern or anything I can really associate with the crashes. It just kind of happens randomly. So it's super frustrating when you have to go through all of these levels and you're almost at the boss just to crash. But that's okay. That's why it's early access. But overall, kudos to the team for doing this. This is great stuff, and I hope it's running a lot smoother after today. Now let's move to gameplay systems. Added new respec system. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ right here, babe. Players can now respec by examining the statue in the Serum Crucible atrium. Respec allows players to take back attribute points that have been allocated at the cost of 1 fallen ember per attribute point returned. Oh, Jesus. You need a fallen ember for every single point that you want to move. That's brutal. Players can then allocate returned attribute points for no cost at the respec screen. Returned attribute. Players can then allocate returned attribute points for no cost at the respec screen or an existing stat screen. So that means that you only have to pay the Fallen Ember point once, I think, for that 1 point. And then if you want to move it again, I don't think you have to pay. So that's interesting, and I'm not sure if that's if I'm reading that right, but we will see. And as you saw, you do go to the Crucible, the statue in there. It's one of the statues near the Whisper. That should give you access to that. Next thing is quality of life. All weapons can now be equipped regardless of their attribute requirements to allow players to try out weapons they acquire. Weapons that a player does not meet the requirement will deal less damage through the negative scaling on the attributes that are below the weapon's attribute requirement. So, for example, you want to try a bow out, sure, go ahead, try it out. But it's not going to do as much damage as if you had the right stat points in, I think, dexterity and whatnot that you need for a bow, etc. Alright, and then inventory items can now be docked to compare them. Press F on your keyboard or Y on your controller to dock items and hover other items to compare. So now you can really do an apples to apples comparison to see what you're switching gear out for and see if it really is an advantage to do that. Brought back the miscellaneous category to the inventory. Housing items, runes, fallen embers, and other miscellaneous items will now be stored in the category. Free up space from the other categories. Fantastic, dude. We don't need all those embers and furniture items in there with the rest of what we have, but great addition there. Vendor screens are now sorted by item type so that items are more organized for purchase. Improved stamina player, so it's just a little bit less cluttered in with vendors. Improved stamina player HUD brightness for better visibility and readability of stamina debt. Added side notifications for when Dano Sacrament upgrades are completed. Added floor indicators under the clock HUD. Show the Serum Crucible floors. Oh, that's nice. So you can see what floor you're on. Okay, that's cool. Improved visibility of LB/RB button icons for equipment HUD on Steam Deck. Awesome. Great addition. In terms of settings, added support for upscaling with DLSS 3.7 and FSR 2.2. Added custom key binding options for controllers. Added support for mouse button 4.4 and 5 and F1 to F12 keys for custom keyboard bindings. Default keyboard layout set to mouse WSAD or ASD. Added support for world space player HUD, stamina wheel, NPC name tags, brightness to UI. So some good additions there in terms of key mapping and graphic setting. Content addition. Added a new set of enhanced enchantments. Okay, great. All throw runes can now be added to speakers. Great. Loot. Added pig sticker blueprint to Fillmore's level 1 shop. Okay. And added Assegai blueprint to Whitaker's level 1 shop. Nice. Balancing. Nerfed throw runes. Reduced poise damage on all throw runes. Reduced damage on ice throw rune. Nerfed focus. Regeneration enchant curve so that it no longer generates too much focus quickly. Oh, that is not exciting. Okay. And then focus regeneration enchantments no longer drops with gloves and now only drops with helmet. This includes enchanting items at Eleanor. Focus again, it's no longer drops with gloves. I mean, maybe it was OP, but I don't like when they nerf stuff, so it's that is a little concerning. Falling Sky and Woodland Protector's initial items level were set too high and have been lowered to the intended level. Okay. I don't know. Overall, I'm not a big fan of nerfing in general, but they're probably necessary tweaks. People understand this stuff a little better than I do. I'm just going to trust the developers with slight nerf, but I hope it's not a trend. With weapons, updated animation for backstabbing with that staves, spears, great swords, and great hammers, and updated visual effects for piercing type weapons attacks such as spear and whatever. Enemies and bosses, polished Dirac boss fight, improved behavior to prevent him standing idle after attacking. Ooh, yeah, because that happens, doesn't it? And then improved behavior when fighting ranged. Okay. Added bite attack to plague rat. Added back attack to risen axe monster. Added escape logic to Ryzen fire bomber. Added elemental affix effects to Nith brute, Nith screamer, and shackle. Added cloth simulation to Boreskin Bruiser. Polished rigging on plague boomer. Reduced camera shake intensity on Risen Hammer Bruiser, Foreskin Bruiser, and Riven Twins. And smaller enemies can now smash breakable objects, barrels, great. I would say those are all good improvements. Some of these bosses might be a little bit harder, some of the enemies might be harder, but overall I think these are good things to kind of polish it off a little bit. NPCs, change the name of the worried woman in the Sacrament Town Square to Nell. Polished dialogue for Uro, Lucian, and Everwind. Updated the dialogue for NPCs at the Durham Gate in Nameless Pass. Added eavesdropped sleeping guard Geralt in Sacrament. Okay. So maybe some new voice lines and stuff that you'll hear when you're walking around town. Areas, improved collision faders and set dressing in Prologue Ship, Orban Glades, and Mariners. Nameless Pass, Sacrament, multiple Sacrament Interiors, Durham Crucible, Durham Cave, Riven Bostwin area, and Ocean Stellar Cave. Polished lighting for the ship in Prologue, Sacrament, and Serum Crucible. Updated foliage in various locations, and added physics and winds simulation to spruce. Polished animations for characters in the Inquisition Arrival. Improved lighting, character rim lighting, and volumetrics for the Prologue Ship Crash outro and Inquisition Arrival cinematics. Removed a background character who was blocking part of the view in the Inquisition Arrival cinematic, and fixed cloth and camera props in the Inquisition Arrival cinematic as well. They didn't talk about lighting though. I'm pretty sure that there was something in the video about lighting, so maybe it's down here. Oh yeah, visual effects for that. Audio. Well, this is a lot of stuff, but I'll try to rip through it quick. Environment update for Sacrament. Added ambient emitters for certain residential and vendor buildings like the Cook, Tavern, and Crafter enhancements. Updated zone beds and one-shots for unique parts of town. The church near the cemetery now has bells ringing and service playing at certain times of the day, followed by churchgoers praying and chanting from behind the doors. Updated ambiance for Sacrament Town Square to feel busier during the day. Updated environment audio for the Durham Gate zone in Mountain. Increased audio buffer to help alleviate audio crackle artifacts. Increase available audio resources to help prevent sound from dropping out during long play sessions, which does happen to me. I don't know if it's a Streamlabs OBS thing or if it's the game. I'm pretty sure it's Streamlabs, but there may be some conflicting issues. Updated audio mix for barrel and crate destruction. The looting guards in Sacrament now have sound. Added weapon specific impacts. Added ladder sounds. Added sound effect. Going down ladders. Added sound effects. Plague enchants. Polished audio for bounty enemies. Fixed missing sounds. for plague mutant, fix rain sounds, fixing all these different sounds, fixing NPCs not making footsteps when they're walking around, etc. Visual effects. Blood effects are now juicier and used more often. Awesome. Improved blood visual effects enhancements, attachments to characters' bodies from attacking and getting hit. Increased intensity of shiny item drop visual effect. Bounties and challenges. Updated crustacean conundrum bounty to spawn 14 crabs while still only requiring 8 crabs to be killed to complete. So make that a little bit easier, which is good. Localization. Added and updated localized text to many places across multiple languages and location support for new controller remapping screen and for various missing localized elements. Fix incorrect font on the activity screen. So lastly, there is a ton of bug fixes. I'm not going to go through each one specifically, but you can read the list if you'd like. Just tons of nuances and specifics on little instances and issues that were happening with people getting stuck or bosses glitching out, etc. So all good things overall. I'm very excited to see what this patch does to the game. I think overall it's going to be a lot of improvements, although I do feel like I'm going to spend a lot of burning embers trying to respec. Now that's going to be the biggest one, but other than that, I think overall lots of great improvements. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think these are good improvements? Do you think they missed anything? What do you want to see next in the next patch? Overall, I hope you enjoy your time playing this game much as I do, because it is a secret love of mine at this point, and I can't wait for more content to release. So appreciate you watching and looking forward to seeing you out there. Take care.